Derrick showing here, I'll now read the story based on the Disney Pixar anime film, A Bug's Life. I hope you like this book because it will bug you, because I want to apologize to Miss Bruce and Miss Flint for bugging them at school yesterday during that movie when I was at school. So listen up and I'll tell you all about it.
It was right in the middle of the harvest that its aunt named Flick had an idea. Flick was always inventing things. This idea wasn't so bad, an automatic harvester, but Princess Anna wouldn't listen to Flick. She was too busy figuring out if there would be enough grain for Hopper and his greedy grasshopper gang. Every year, the grasshoppers came to demand food from the ants. This year, for the first time, Anna was in charge of the harvest. Suddenly, they could hear the grasshoppers coming. Anna was flustered. The queen took over. "Quickly, everyone into the anthill. You too, Dot," she said to her younger daughter. The ants of the grasshoppers' brain piled up on an offering stone. Flick ran for cover too, but as he was taking off his wonderful harvesting machine, he knocked the offering stone over. All the grain slid down into the dry, cramped riverbed. Hopper will be furious. Hopper was furious. Flick tried to stand up to him, but couldn't. Hopper grabbed on and frightened the terrified ants. "When I come back, I want to see twice the regular amount of rain, or else," he snarled. Flick knew that if the ants obeyed Hopper, they wouldn't have enough food for themselves. So he got another idea. "I could get some bigger bugs to fight the grasshoppers," he suggested. Princess Anna and the Queen didn't like the idea, but they were glad to send Flick away. Only Dot had faith in him. "Bring back some real tough bugs," she called as he floated away on his quest. Far away from Ant Island, an audience of rowdy flies was booing yet another circus performance. P.T. Fleet, the circus owner, had enough. "You're all fired!" he yelled at his performers. Soon Flick arrived in the city. He had never seen anything like it. This is the place to find tough bugs. Flick found the out-of-word circus bugs in a run-down tavern. He thought they were warriors. They thought he was looking for circus bugs. Oops. For circus bugs, Flick was offering them a contract to perform for the ants. So when they flew to Ant Island, dreamed of applause and full employment. When they got to Ant Island, the circus bugs found out what the ants expected. "Flick," Rumpy the Spider told him, "we're not fighters, we're circus stars." The circus bugs quietly slipped away. Flick ran after them, begging them to stay. Manny the praying mantis spoke for them all. "You tricked us," he told Flick. "You told about our talents. We thought you were hiring us for a show." Flick was about to plead some more when he saw something that terrified him. It was a bird. "A bird with bugs! Run!" he yelled. As they ran, Flick and the circus bugs saw Dot flowing toward them. The bird had seen Dot too. Swiftly, Francis flew up and grabbed the princess, while Slim held Heimlich up to distract the bird. Flick and the others helped Dot and Francis escape. Then they all flew into a prickly bush. The bird flew away. Flick, Dot, and the bugs climbed down from the bush to find the whole ant colony cheering them. What a wonderful sound! For circus bugs had never heard applause before. Right there and then they decided to help the ants if Flick could come up with a plan. Flick had a plan, but he knew that the ants wouldn't listen to him. The plan had come from the circus warriors. Manny was elected to explain the plan to Princess Anna. He told her they would chase the grasshoppers away with a fake bird. The ants stopped collecting grain and helped the bugs build the bird. They liked the idea of little ants defeating big grasshoppers. They also still thought the warriors were heroes. Once the bird was finished, it was raised up into a knothole in the tree. When the time came, Flick would fly it out and give Hopper the scare of his nasty life. Far away from Ant Island, some of Hopper's gangsters were muttering to one another. Why should they go back to Ant Island? They already had plenty of food. Hopper didn't agree. It was that ant who stood up to me, he reminded the gang. If we let one ant stand up to us, they must stand up and there goes the way of life. Hopper looked around. No one Browser and his gang dared to disagree with him. Then let's ride, he ordered them. With a loud buzz, the gang took off for Ant Island. Meanwhile, Flick was telling the circus buds that their work was finished. Now that the bird was ready, they wouldn't have to stay and fight. The circus buds, however, didn't want to leave. They liked being heroes. Then Peasy Flea showed up. I'm looking for some circus performers, he told the ants. Flick tried to hide the truth, but the ants discovered that their warrior buds were only circus buds. The queen ordered the circus buds to leave and to take Flick with them. Dot wanted to go with her friends, but her mother held her back. The ants knew they couldn't fight the grasshoppers alone. Frantically, they started collecting rain again, but there wasn't enough time. The alarm sounded. The grasshoppers had arrived. Mother, Anna cried, what will we do? The queen had no answer. Hopper had no mercy. He and his gangsters turned the ants into slaves. They were even planning to switch the queen. When Dot overheard this, she knew she had to do something, so she sneaked away to find Flick. Once Dot convinced Flick to come back, he was ready to fight. She knew his bird idea would work. The circus buds wanted to help too, but they knew Petey would object. So they shut him up in the wagon. Then the whole group hurried back to Ant Island. While the circus buds were distracting Burr and his gang with a circus performance, Flick and Dot rallied the ant children. Together they sneaked up to get the bird ready. When Judy the moth gave the signal, Flick's fake bird zoomed down from the tree, straight at the all grasshoppers. Hopper and his gang ran. Then Peasy Flea, who had never understood Flick's splendid state, figuring that the bird was in danger to them all, he set it on fire. Hopper realized that he had been tricked. He quickly got his game back together. Once more the terrible grasshoppers frightened the poor ants. This time, Hopper's target was Anna. Flick couldn't stand it. Leave her alone, he cried. Flick's action gave the other ants the courage they needed. Together with the circus buds, they attacked. Hopper knew he couldn't survive if he fought against so many ants, but at least he could get Flick. Suddenly, it started to rain and everyone ran for cover. Anna took advantage of the confusion to grab Flick away from the Hopper. But Hopper wouldn't give up. He chased Flick and Anna across the river. Flick got another idea. He remembered where the real bird had its nest. He told Anna where to fly. Where Hopper saw the bird, Eve laughed. I'm not one of the little bird tricks, he jeered. But it wasn't. Bye-bye, Hopper. The grasshoppers never returned, and the ants never had to worry about food again. The following spring, Peasy Flea Circus set out on a victory tour. A few of the ants even joined them, wanting to see the world as Flick had done. They let Flick with Anna and the rest of the gang. He would be happy inventing things to make ant life easier. He had enough of adventure, and home was where he wanted to stay. The end.
I don't blame this book, cause it will bug you, cause this video will be bugged. Miss Bruce on this clip, I hope you both like this. Give us a big thumbs up.